All right, hey guys, we're here in South Amsterdam. We're right in front of the Olympic Stadium, and we're here with my friend Dimitri, and Tara is behind the camera. And we're gonna do this tour around the city, but
Yeah.
I figured Dimitri is kind of gonna be our unofficial tour guide. He's
Yeah.
from Muller, and we've known each other for a little while, meaning at the factory and Eurobike and that sort of thing. And yeah, so
I thought it would be a cool spot to start with the Olympic motto. We're at the Olympic Stadium in Amsterdam. The Olympic Stadium, we hosted the Olympics in 28.
yeah.
And yeah, actually it says
What does that mean there?
It's the Latin motto. It says higher, faster, stronger.
Ah, okay.
And it's the official motto of the Olympics. Yeah.
That's cool. What is this thing? This is like some street art here?
That's Amsterdam street art. It's a crew called Amsale. They do a lot of sporty Banksy kind of thing, and yeah, they're well known in the Netherlands. Actually, they've been to Cincinnati recently and did some street art with some NBA stars and stuff like that
wow.
as well. Yeah, yeah.
And this is the original Olympic torch, I believe. This is where it actually all started as far as
this is where it was lighted at first.
Yeah.
Ajax used to play in this stadium as well for the big matches.
Yeah.
The Dutch national squad used to play here, and even in the winter we got this event. Last year we had the Dutch champions ice skating here. So they placed the whole ice plate on it.
And you can kind of see a little bit in there. It's they wouldn't allow us inside right now.
We can walk in a bit.
We don't have that special access, but
yeah, I'll just watch the bikes.
Yeah. You want to take a peek real quick? Maybe. I know we're not really supposed to go in here, but the gate is open, so we can just take a quick peek. You don't have to be peering through the gates there, but pretty beautiful. All right, so let's go for a ride. And I do want to just mention this is a new mobility space by Pond called Move, and we actually made a video about this, so we'll link to that as well. But Dimitri's going to show us around town and kind of give us we'll just have a fun ride. I mean, it's nothing officially planned, but we're just going to kind of check out some stuff as we go around and
do some sightseeing.
Yeah, and Tara's going to give us this great perspective. So Muller and Juice, which is an e-bike shop in Amsterdam, has loaned us these bikes, and I think it's going to be a good way to give people this kind of first-person perspective going around the city, and hope you enjoy. Let's do it.
Best way to see the city as well.
Best way to see the city by bike, without a doubt.
All right. Let's go.
And actually, let me just show who's actually filming this whole thing, because she's going to be behind the camera. But this is Tara here, and this is going to be her seat. So we'll. So there you go. If you're wondering what's going on behind the camera, that's what the situation is. So overall, these bike lanes here, this is. What do they call this? Like the red carpet for bikes, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, like I mentioned in the other video, it's incredible how many bike paths there is in the Netherlands. Yeah, if there wouldn't been so much bike path, the whole country would be stuck in traffic.
That's right. Yeah. And I really like how bikes are prioritized. Like, cars really have to yield to bikes, and it's really you can really experience that.
Regulations are really clear to everybody, and yeah, bikes always know where to ride, how to ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The signage is on the ground. So for yielding or different things like that, they will tell you information.
You can see you are entering a school area. So further on there's a school, so everybody knows to be careful, because
the kids, they can run into the path or something like that. You have to be extra cautious.
Yeah.
But instead of having signs everywhere and everything else, they
often put it on the streets as well.
Yeah. And I guess the thing about here compared to many other places is they really started on a lot of this in the 70s apparently. It's like they've kind of been, in the Netherlands, they've kind of been working on this for a long time. It was, they kind of gave up on the car a little earlier than
probably, yeah, but also because the city centers are really, how do you say it in English, are really small, and everything is next to each other.
Just makes so much sense to do it.
Yeah, it makes so much sense. Actually, it costs €7.50 to park your car for an hour.
Wow.
In Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So that really encourages people to get out of the cars and onto the bikes. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, really such a beautiful city.
Actually, most of the architecture, especially within the canal region, is older than the US. You know, a lot of these were founded in the golden ages.
Right. You showed us to the area earlier where apparently Columbus launched his ship.
Yeah. When we were near the IJsselmeer. Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, really pretty wild. And I guess the cool thing is too that a lot of this, you know, it survived the war, which maybe. Yeah. Some other older areas, they've kind of been through some conflicts and the architecture did not survive.
Yeah, if you look at the Amsterdam area, wasn't really an industrial area, so there was no use in bombing it.
Right.
We can go. If you look at the Rotterdam, the whole city center has been turned down, just like a lot of German cities as well, by the Alliance forces. In Amsterdam, basically everything survived, and
what is there an industry in Amsterdam, or historically has there been at all, or?
Yeah, the tourist industry.
The tourist.
The tourist industry is pretty big. Yeah, at the moment that's the main industry.
And I guess since the early days it was more very small merchants. It was not, you know, really making things. There's textiles and that sort of thing. And most of the homes actually were originally merchants.
A lot of buildings, especially in the city center, were built by big people who went to the southeast and get spices from there.
Right.
You know, the VOC, and that's how it originated and grew every time bigger. So it started out with the single area where you are at your current stay at the hotel, and every year.
They built to the outer ring.
An outer ring outside it. Yeah.
And they really used the canals as roadways in those days.
Yeah, in those days.
Well.
Yeah. Also now it still happens. If you look at the cargo freight, you know, DHL or TNT, companies like those, they all do their packaging also by boat.
And the sheer number of bikes on the road here is amazing. I mean, I know everybody, it's a weekday now and everybody's at work, but you know, so we might not see as many bikes on the road, but it's actually kind of a good time to do this sort of thing.
Yeah.
But in rush hour, it's wild to see the kids, you know, with their family, and
but also
people commuting.
Yeah. But also in spring and summer, everybody's outside, and nobody or hardly anybody has a garden here, so everybody goes out to the parks and
they enjoy the public space, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I guess that's another big thing to note, is really the tram system and the trains and everything like that, and it really supports the cycling culture. So that's the Rijksmuseum, and there's some other museums over in this area as well to the left.
And that's called Stedelijk Museum. They got a Mondrian and Picasso exhibition right now. Rijksmuseum has a really big Rembrandt exposure. And the round building on the left, that's the Van Gogh. Actually, there is a bike path going underneath it.
The United States consul.
Most of the cars here are driven by the embassies and
Yeah.
get permits, but
They have the special permits for that. Nice little skate
go to
park
the-
here. It's cool. I guess all the kids are at school and it's a little bit flooded out. It's sometimes a little tough for tourists and that
Yeah.
sort of thing, though, because they're not always familiar with that type of culture. Or,
yeah,
I mean, in New York, for example, pedestrians always
yeah.
have the right of way, and
So-
bikes kind of become secondary.
Funny thing here is passing this by. This is a bike path. You aren't allowed to go by high-speed e-bike.
Right.
So you've got the cameras, and actually you will receive a fine if
they
you
catch
pass
you.
this with a high-speed e-bike or a moped or any other way.
Wow. Wow. Really, they take these things pretty seriously. And I guess relating to the scooters, I guess they used to be allowed in the bike path, but recently I think the law has changed that
Yeah,
they're no
yeah,
longer allowed.
Yeah.
But I think some people are still learning that that new rule.
Yeah, no, but actually you see a lot of or moped stores changing their bicycle business, or changing into bicycle business.
Yeah.
Changing the moped business into urban. Go to the right.
Okay.
And you can see that in a lot of cities they really try to get the city center CO2 free and
Right.
and just get the mopeds out. Yeah.
Yeah, because that kind of two-stroke motor creates a lot of pollution, actually.
Yeah.
Wow, look at the beautiful canals over here.
Yeah, actually in a bit you got on the left the first building where Heineken, you know, the
Heineken beer.
The Heineken beer brand started out.
Oh, wow. And we're also right next to the main train station over here as well.
Yeah,
Not
it's,
too far.
Not too far, yeah. So actually here on the left is where Heineken started.
Oh yeah, you see the Heineken building there, right here. And this time of year, this weather is pretty stereotypical, huh?
Yeah, fall is here and it's turning into winter.
Yeah.
You might want to watch your camera on the other side, Tara. They don't like the red lights.
Oh yeah, we are in the red light district, so you gotta
Watch the camera a bit.
we can't do too much of that. But
this way
actually, this is pretty uncommon to see a truck parked in the bike lane.
Yeah.
In the States, it happens all the time, but not so much here. So we got to be careful filming over here. I guess this is a small section of the red light district.
Yeah, it's not actually the Wallen, but yeah, it's a smaller section. So let's go to the right.
So the canals were not always here. This was like added at some point, huh?
Yeah. It was the main entrance through the harbors
Right.
into the canals. Yeah. Let's go left here.
So, you know, one thing a little different about the cycling culture here, it's really critical, the hand signals.
Check out this. The
Wow,
cargo.
there we go.
UPS. Cool. The hand signals, yeah. If you take a left or take a right, easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, let's go left. So the sign actually says that mopeds aren't allowed on the bike path.
Ah, okay. That's a new rule. That no motor scooters on the bike path.
Yeah.
It used to be that the ones that are the low-speed scooters
Yeah.
can go on the bike path, right? And then the high-speed scooters have to go on the street. But now
Exactly.
now they all have to go on the bike path. I mean, now
On
they
the
all have to
street.
go on the street. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And
Sorry.
it used to be that 2 or 3 years ago, where the high-speed e-bikes were also allowed on the bike path.
Yeah.
But that's not
No
the case
high-speed
anymore.
bikes on the
No
bike
more,
path
no.
here.
We'll take-
Only the low speed. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently, I guess a lot of people are shifting from scooters to e-bikes now that you cannot ride them on the bike path.
On the bike path, yeah. Especially elderly people don't feel secure anymore riding between the cars.
Right.
But also because of, let's take the right. But also because, also on a high-speed e-bike, going into the traffic between the cars, people drive their cars too fast.
Right.
You'll be slowing down traffic. A lot of people don't feel comfortable really in the city area to do it that way.
But outside the city, it's more common that people are
Exactly.
taking the high-speed bikes because they can take them into the city and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's true. Especially a lot of commuting. People living just outside the city area because it's just too expensive to live here.
Yeah.
Or to park here, and so they come by bike. So I think we'll go here. You're gonna come across the river Amstel.
Okay.
We go to the left, and then we'll head up to Vondelpark, go through the Vondelpark a bit.
So this is a
This
big
is the-
river here,
yeah,
huh?
yeah.
What river is this?
This is the Amstel. This is the main river coming through. So over there you got the Amsale Hotel. So if JC and Beyonce come over, they would have stayed there. So that's where we started out, at the business district, and we went a bit through the south part of Amsterdam, and we'll head to the city center.
We're gonna head over to the left here.
The most expensive hotel of Amsterdam.
Wow. Really very advanced engineering in Amsterdam for all the canals and everything else. And the buildings are quite unique as well, right? So I learned something a little bit about this, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but you know, most of these buildings along the canals were merchant shops, and that the ground floor was where they conduct business. The second floor and maybe the third floor would be for living quarters.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the top floor for warehousing.
Yeah.
And they have these hooks on the top where they will pulley stuff up into the warehouse.
Exactly.
And the buildings are tilted out that way.
Yeah.
To make it easy to get things in and out of the opening.
It's true. So all the boats would come in through the Amstel, and all the merchandise would be packed in the warehouses.
Really.
And still, a lot of people, if they move and get their furniture in, the hooks are still used because it's all inside too narrow to get your furniture in.
Yeah, you can't just bring it through the front door.
No, no.
And the staircases are super small. They're very steep and narrow staircases.
Yeah.
You could even have some trouble bringing your luggage up in there.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a really nice bridge. Just everything is just so beautiful, and it's kept just the way that it was.
Yeah.
It's, you don't see that too much.
No, it's all historic heritage and well maintained.
And this is the opera and the ballet here, huh?
Yeah. The Stopera is next to it. It's where the mayor's office is.
Okay. Oh yeah, we have the yield sign here on the street here. And it's important to note that.
We'll go to the left.
Okay.
So that basically means that you are entering a road that has
priority.
priority lane. That was what I was looking for, yeah.
Wow, beautiful over here on the left. You see the river again.
So
And
single again.
is this Amstel beer is also from Amsterdam?
Yeah, it's also owned by Heineken, but it's more like the working class beer.
Ah, okay.
So Heineken is really the import type of thing.
The premium.
The premium, yeah, exactly. The Riese Miller brand. And Amstel is more like the working class beer.
Yeah. And I heard something that I think you're no more than a 10-minute walk to any train station.
Yeah, everything is really.
So it's very, very convenient. The public transit is very
close to
prioritized.
One another. Yeah.
Sometimes it gets a little tricky with the big trucks.
I think you'll be able to pass.
We're gonna squeeze through here. Show the possibilities of bikes. All right, no worries.
You see, this is really the garden for the most people in Amsterdam. So it's a bit like Central Park in New York.
Right.
For you guys.
So what? Say the name of the park again.
Vondelpark.
Vondelpark.
Joost Vondel was a famous Dutch poet.
Okay.
And that's where the park is named after.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So this is really in the wealthy part of Amsterdam.
And yeah, I imagine the apartments that are the houses right next to it, similar to Central Park in
exactly.
New York, is very premium real estate.
Yeah, for sure. Really.
Well, Dimitri, thanks so much for showing us around. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And yeah, we just love that you're showing this beautiful city. I'm excited to be here, and I hope that you guys really enjoy it, and stay tuned for some other videos. We do some other city tours, and we did some other videos around town and stuff like that. So we'll link to them as well. So we'll see you soon.
Right.